Hi guys, you might remember this fella. I think it was last year I modified it. It's one of those little cars that sort of spins round and flips over. It was toy grade, but I modified it for hobby grade with a special receiver. Special ESC that runs two motors at the same time and mixes them for you. So that yellow wire is the steering lead. So instead of having an ESC and a servo, they're combined on the same board and it mixes the channels for the two motors. Anyway, it was playing up a little bit, and to be honest, I just put it to one side and forgot about it. And I was looking through my stock today and came across it again, and in the back of my mind I remembered there was something about you could change the way it mixes things. So I've just had a look online, and there is a toggle switch, which I think is under that bit of hot glue just there. We'll have a closer look in a minute. But it changes it between mixing, as in you can steer and drive at the same time, and independent, which I think means you steer or drive. I think that's what it is, and I'm just going to try and find that toggle switch and see if I can change its position and see if that makes a difference. But I suppose before I do that, I ought to just demonstrate what happens first. So I'll put the camera on a tripod, put that together enough to actually run it, and see if I can show you what I mean. All right, we're on wide angle. I did notice some of the wires look like they'd overheated anyway, so that might be the problem rather than the switch, but we'll have a little look. So right, left, forwards, backwards. But if I want to go forwards and turn right, I did it then. In that case, it may have been the wires that were overheating that was causing the problem. No, it's doing it now. I want to go a little bit left, but it's not doing it. See, I'm giving it full left, and it's just going forwards, and then at the end it... Right, forwards, and I want to go a little bit left, and it's not happening. Backwards. It's turning, but not going backwards. Yeah, I think that's what the problem was. So if I go forwards, then stop and turn, but I can't go forwards and turn at the same time, if that makes any sense. Well, yeah. Because it could be that it's just not very good ESC, because I have another one that seems to work absolutely fine, but that's on a different car. And you see there, it's actually, I'm going forwards. Anyway, I'll see if I can find that switch on it and see if that makes a difference, which was the purpose of the exercise. Close-up mode, that's the switch I'm on about, which I had a lump of hot glue over it for no good reason. So can I push it? I can't even push it the other way at the moment. Yeah. Oh, it's underneath the heat shrink. That's why I can't push it easily. All right, I'll see if I can work it across. Don't know if that's visible, but I pushed it to the other side. Pushed it that way. So we'll see if that makes any difference. All right, so that's the steering. That seems to have done it, but it looks like the mixing's out of trim. Yeah, I've cracked it. Well, that's only taken me a year to work out. I'm having to give it a little bit of right to get it to go straight now. No, it's not right. I'd say the other little car I've got is spot on. And it probably kept the ESC probably came from a different manufacturer. Yeah, it's still not perfect, but that does seem to have made a difference. Oh no, I'm not sure if it. Oh, I don't know. This is just so confusing. I'm having to give it quite a bit of right to get it to go straight, which tells me it's slightly out of trim. Get a little bit more right. No, it didn't turn right then when I was going forwards. If I do it at I'm still confused as to whether it's working right or not. It's certainly very twitchy. It looks like if I'm giving it full power on throttle, steering doesn't work. Because it could be designed like that, so you don't give it full left-right when you're going fast forwards. Now I have to give it left to go backwards straight now. Certainly the balance is not right. It's not right. And I don't know if changing that switch made any difference. I'll put it back and see if it makes any difference. All right, I've pushed it back the other way. It's very, very weird. But that seems to be doing exactly the same thing with that switch in the opposite position. I thought I'd cracked it, but I haven't. That's weird. That's forward throttle, and a bit of right, it goes backwards. But no, I now think that switch didn't make any difference. That was wishful thinking. The only other thing is the battery flat? Or at least below power. Switch it off again. This thing's supposed to be waterproof. That's like a little boat hull underneath, and I was thinking about trying to run it in puddles. I've just tried putting it in some water, and it doesn't sink, but it sits very low in it, and I haven't waterproofed the receiver, so I'm a bit dubious about letting it get wet. I could always waterproof the receiver, obviously, but while I was testing it. Anyway, we will recharge the battery. That's one of those little 3S batteries that I've made from vape batteries, small vape batteries. That way round. 69%, 11.86. I mean, that's not bad. 11.86, 3.9, 3.9, 3.9. Yeah, all the batteries look reasonable. And it's not terribly low. But I'll put it on charge and see if that makes any difference. I've recharged the battery, just in case that made any difference. And I've moved the switch to the position, the new position, not the original position. And I don't think I've cracked it. I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever. Yeah, if it's accelerating, if I got the throttle full on, I can't steer it. Yeah. No steering, full throttle. I'll just flick that switch the other way. Right, switch flick the other way. No steering when it's on full power. Or at least there is, if I give it full left or right, no intermediate, no gentle turn. Yeah, I'm at a loss. So say the first one of these that I did with a servo, an ESC from a different seller works absolutely fine, but this one just, I mean, it works, but it's not working properly. If I have it slightly off center, you can possibly hear it. The throttle's doing nothing. Release the steering, and we got left and right. It's something to do with the mix that isn't quite right, the automatic mix or the inbuilt mix. Thing is, I'm sure it actually worked initially, so maybe something's overheated. Totally confused. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.